What's up guys, Whitaker here from Grind City Media. It's time for Cooking with Lang. Tonight we're gonna make pork chops. And how do you keep pork chops from getting dried out? We're gonna brine them. And we're gonna brine them in sweet tea. Sweet tea brine pork chops on the gas grill. In case you don't have the charcoal, we'll use the gas. And we're gonna make them, they're gonna be delicious. They're gonna be juicy. You can do it, I'm gonna do it. Let's do it together. It's Cooking with Lang, let's go. Today we are cooking sweet tea brine pork chops. Let's start with how we're gonna make these pork chops juicy. Well, we're gonna brine them. And a brine solution, you can see it here, it's basically a salty solution. It does something to the chemistry of the meat, preserves it, adds tenderness. And so we're gonna use sweet tea as the base of this brine. Sweet tea is basically sugar and water and tea. I added some salt to it, added some rosemary, garlic, peppercorns. That's it. They've been in this, there's 4 bone-in pork chops. They've been sitting in this brine in the fridge since about lunchtime. It's gonna have enough impact on this meat. It's gonna make it awesome. So that's the first step. Get them in the brine, let them sit there, and now we're gonna take them out and season them a little bit. The inside of the pork seasoned, now we're gonna season the outside. Just a little salt and black pepper, and that's it. I've got the gas grill heating up, and really, I'm only gonna heat up 1 burner because we're gonna do something called the reverse sear method. And this has become pretty popular the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. And it just makes so much sense. So the basic plan is you cook it on very low heat until it's almost done. Then you put it over the fire and at the very end and cook it. Because if you cook it right now on top of a hot fire, you're gonna burn it on the outside. The inside's gonna be raw. No one wants to eat raw pork. So you're doing it the opposite way, basically. You're cooking the inside first, making sure that's all done, the very end, searing the outer edges of it, and it's gonna be awesome. Last thing, grill's been heating up for a while. I'm just gonna clean these grates. I've had this grill for 2 years now, so I really don't even have to oil the grates. They're seasoned from use. So this burner's on high, the rest of these are off completely. So I'm gonna put the pork chops just over here. It's gonna sizzle just because it's been on for a while. Put the bone this way. Just gonna jam them in here. And I'm gonna close the lid, and this is gonna become an oven basically. Cooking around 300 degrees. So, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I've got my thermometer. 145 is pork's done temp. I'm gonna try to get it to like 125 and then throw them on the fire for another minute or 2 at the end to finish them off. But it's pretty easy. Now is the part that's the best part of grilling. You don't do anything and you just sit down and you drink your sweet tea. It's been more than 15 minutes. It's been like half an hour, but I've been checking the temperature and they look kind of sad. They don't look great, but you can check the temperature on them. They should be about 125-ish. Let's see, 122, 123. It's about good. So they're about 20 degrees from being done. And so I'm gonna spend this last probably 5 minutes on top of this 1 burner. And I'm gonna stand here and kind of keep flipping them and keep an eye on them. But let them finish off over here. I'll do 3 to start. And they're just gonna cook over here for the last 5 minutes until they're 145. They're gonna pick up some color. They're gonna look a lot better than they look right now, and they're gonna taste awesome, I promise. 5 minutes later, I think these guys are ready to come off this grill. So you can see they got some nice color. They're gonna be perfectly cooked. They're right at 145. So now I'm just gonna let them chill out for like 5-10 minutes on this cutting board before we cut into them. But at 145, they're gonna be almost pink in the middle, not quite, juicy because of the brine. And the thing about brining is it lets you slack a little bit. So if you cook them a little overdone, where in the past they might be dry and kind of chalky the way the worst pork is, it won't matter because you brine them and it gives you a little bit more wiggle room. Anyway, these are perfect. I'm gonna sit down and let these chill out for like 5-10 minutes and then we're gonna eat. It's time to eat. And don't tell me these pork chops are gonna be dry because look at the cutting board. This juice that's just kind of come out of them sitting here. That's gonna be our sauce for these pork chops. Not that they even need sauce. Let me cut into one and let's see what we're working with here. it's white, but I think if you zoom in there, you'll see it's moist. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, you can see the liquid in there. Let's eat. It doesn't taste like sweet tea. It tastes like pork chops. But it's salty and it has a kind of the herby flavor from the garlic that was in there and the rosemary. It's so good. And it's so easy. You can do this. Sweet tea brine pork chops on the gas grill. Anyone can do it. I did it, you can do it. Let's do it together. This is Cooking with Lang.